Hey YouTube, it's Saziario here. I guess I'm going to do a little bit of a ban list. It's not a prediction video because you can't predict what economies are going to do. But these are the logical things I think will happen. Or should happen, I should say. A little far-fetched, and it's something they usually don't do, like preemptively hitting things before they become a problem and stuff like that. But these are just what I think would help fix the game state. I think it'd also slow it down a ton on the most part. So let's go ahead and get into the cards I feel should be banned. First things first, sorry I'm also using a new camera, so you might see things dangling. I don't have a tripod for it yet. But first things first, Livier should be banned. Card fuels Chaos Engines like no other, and on top of that, I feel that this is the only card that really needs to be touched in Rescue Rabbit. I think Rabbit's fine, and yes, I do feel like Tour Guide is fine. The evils themselves, I think Konami wants to push them as their own archetype, hence the reason why Lagi and Dolka got reprinted. Anyways, I feel this is the only real card that needs to get touched, because summoning Rabbit, Veiler, it can happen, or if it does happen, playing around a Lagia or a Dolka isn't that terrible. You guys may think it is. This is just an opinion. This is my personal opinion. I'm not gonna naysay on your guys' opinions, but I feel this is the only thing that needs to get touched in Rabbit. So this is the card to ban to touch Rabbit. This card should have never been unbanned. If you have the holy trinity of Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, it's game, which that does happen quite a bit right now. It should have never been unbanned, period. So get rid of that. Future Fusion is the next thing. You've got Chaos dumping for Chaos Dragons. You've got Elemental Heroes, which are also about to get a lot more play because of Escurado, and we're going to see Super Poly all over. But I feel this is one of the few cards that need to get banned to hit Chaos Dragons. It also hurts Elemental Heroes by chance. So, this over 5-headed, yes. 5-headed, if you're going to Polymerization for 5-headed, or if you're going to Dragon's Mirror for 5-headed, let that be your prerogative. But this is a terrible card. Wind-Up Hunter. Not touching the carrier, not touching anything else. I think if you're going to spam a bunch of monsters on the field, a bunch of puny guys at around 1500 attack, maybe throw a couple of rank 5s out, it's not the worst thing that this game has ever seen. What is bad is not having a hand to start with. There's a reason why Delinquent Duo and Forceful Sentry are banned. There's a reason why Trap Dust Shoot is banned. Touch this first. I'm going to try and get rid of that blinking orange light. Touch this first, and I think wind-ups are fine. So, another card is One Day of Peace. I love this card. I'll just say this much. I've played Dragon Exodia Draw, I've played Final Countdown, I've played FTKs and OTKs. Love this card, but it's just terribly designed. It just adds to the consistency of your next draw and protects you for a turn. So, One Day of Peace without any other cards going on in your deck. This lets you get down way too deep. And then Card Destruction should be banned. Not just because of Dark Worlds, but just because the card itself. It's been banned before, it should have stayed banned. Just like Monster Reborn. So those are all my banned wants. Not predictions, nothing. These are just logical cards for me, I would say. Next is limiting. Which I do have a couple of proxy cards in here as far as what's getting limited or not. But first card to be limited is Inzektor Dragonfly. Hornet 3 is fine, everything else is fine, but Dragonfly to 1, you don't kill the deck, but you definitely stop the herp-derpness of it. I feel that this past format would have been amazing if it was not for Dragonfly. Or, not for Dragonfly, but for Inzektors in general. And this is coming from the Inzektor player. You guys haven't seen me active on YouTube. I haven't been very active in the game, but my main deck since February, March has been Inzektors. Touch this card, the rest is fine. That's all I can say. Put Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon down to 1. to hit Gustav Max, because that is the next promo from Alpha, Shonen Jump. Light Pulsar at 3 is fine. Put him to 1. Pulsar will keep bringing him back. That's all I can say. Now, I put this in here not because this individual card needs to be touched. I think this is a good balanced card for Heractics. But it's mostly here because of the Gishki Heractic loop. That's all I want to mention. Do something to make that loop more difficult, because it's just retarded and it's stupid. Ultimate Offering down to 1. We've got those new Gear Gia guys coming in, along with our standard gadgets. Card is stupid good. Enough said. Skill Drain to 1. This is personal whining. With 3 Valor around and 3 MST around, there's arguments on why this shouldn't even be touched at all, but I just don't like it. And this is not supposed to be in this pile. That's supposed to be a different pile. Put this guy to 1. This kind of hurts the whole attempt, spam, still be able to attack kind of deal. I think 1 is okay. Because if you have a guy that gets Valored or something, I don't even know. Just this thing at 3 is stupid. It just fuels the ability to spam the field and then OTK. I mean, I think, like, for example, Atem is very balanced that after it special summons something, it in itself can't attack. Very, very balanced card. Very good design. But releasing this card in the same set, I believe it was the same set along as Atem, it was just stupid. Yeah, just stupid. Just put this at 1. That way, the balance of the card that this combos with is more balanced. It's kind of retarded how I just said that. Anyways, Shine Ball is fine. I don't own any Agent of Earth. Agent of Earth should be at 2, if not 3. You can leave TG Striker where it is at 1, but I think Agents would not be a problem in the game state, and there's no reason to be hurting a deck that won't be doing anything anyways. It's just more cards on that list, and something Konami doesn't like is having more cards than necessary on that list. So, this is Agent of Earth, 2 to 3, either one. I feel Dandelion should go to 2. We don't have Glow Up Bulb. We do have Milling, but tokens and Synchroing just is kind of dead in our game. So, yeah, that's 2. And then this would just be like a trial card, because I'm not sure if you guys remember, Chaos Sorcerer for the longest time was floating between 1, 2, and then it finally went to 3. Like, it went from ban to 1 to 2 to 1, or something like that in the last couple of years. Something stupid. I think this could be an experimental card, putting Dark Arm Dragon at 2. They do that every once in a while. Cards to go to 3. Not Malicious, but Destiny Draw. I couldn't find my Destiny Draws. That's all I can say. Put Swords of Revealing Light at 3, because we have so much stall anyways. I think the least of our problems is having stall that can be MST'd. And then put Tragodia to 3, because we already have other things, like Swift Scarecrow and Battle Fader. At least Tragodia, it's a plus and minus. You take the life point damage, but you also get a body. I neutered Chaos Dragons a lot. I feel like this kind of compensates for it a little bit, but I also like Tragodia. Can't lie. As far as unbanning goes, unban Spore. I understand you wanted to kill the Synchro mechanic. This is also a good card for the Xyz mechanic. Why ban Spore? After you hit Glow Up Bulb, Spore was fine. Just whatever. And then, because everybody else is saying it, it's a double sack, true, but I banned Reborn, so you can't Reborn and get something else off of it. That's it. It could be unbanned. It could not be. I wouldn't care either way. But it's just something. And then I'm sure there's cards that everyone's wondering why I didn't touch. Some people are talking about MST going down. Shut up. MST at 3 is fine. Sangan needing to be banned? No, Sangan's fine. And Tour Guide also doesn't need to get touched. I feel the issue with Tour Guide was because of Leviair. I feel that Levier, like, don't get me wrong, Zenmaines is a problem, and then a one-card big beater isn't, is a problem somewhat, too, but that's a different story for that. Levier was the problem with Tour Guide. That's what the problem has been with since Gen Force. And even if you guys do touch Sangan, people just start playing Tour Bus or Dark Mimic Level 3, or whatever it might be. I think the Tour Guide engine is fine and does not need to be touched. Just my opinion. Heavy Storm does not need to be touched. Heavy Storm and MST at 3 is fine. Does not be needed to touch. The last thing we need to do is ban Heavy again, and it become Herp Derp Set 5 format again. Them bringing Heavy back was one of the best things they could have done, in my opinion. And then, I don't think BLS needs to be touched. It just doesn't need to be touched. You've got other easy special summon cards. BLS does not need touched. I can't even explain it. Just quit whining. This game is never going to go back to what you guys think it should be, or will never be what you think it should be. But, I can't zoom out anymore. This is just my personal opinions. It's something to think about. Obviously, I've got some very odd choices, like Gaia Dragon, Skill Drain is odd, Earth is odd, Trigodia was an odd choice. I mean, these are just weird. I'm going to admit it. I guess one day of Peace being banned is odd, but just killing OTK FTKs is good. Killing those is good. That's all I can say. I think this would help to fix the format a lot. It would rebalance everything. It might even give Tier 2 decks that are out right now a chance to do something like Sabers and Lights, like traditional Light Sworn or Chaos Sworn, what do you want to call them, Twilight. I think GBs might be able to run around for a little bit at the beginning of the format, more so than what they do at the beginning of every format anyways. So, anyways, if there's anything you guys like, dislike, go ahead, comment, subscribe, make a video response, whatever. I'd be more than happy to talk about my decisions or your guys' decisions. Maybe you can change my opinions a little bit. But once again, this is Saziario signing out.